everybody. This is Tanya.
This is Paula.
And we are
Two black chicks and a bottle of wine.
Well,
Children. It is top 20 week.
And the first week of Eliminations.
And boy, oh boy.
What just happened?
Child.
What just happened?
God in heaven.
Seriously, I'm asking, what just happened?
But before we get to that, let's just introduce this week's guest judge.
Let's not be rude. Let's go through the proper introductions.
Exactly. So this week the guest judge was Misty Copeland. She joined Nigel and Mary at the judges table to watch the top 20 perform, and this week they were paired off with their partners who they will have throughout the duration of the show.
For at least the next couple of weeks, and then of course they're going to switch them up again.
Exactly.
Which they all want to do.
Yes, and this week the show opened up with the top 20 group dance, which was a Broadway number by Josh Josh Bergassi. And they did a number from
On the Town, which actually is part of the grand prize.
Yes.
The winner will receive a part in On the Town on Broadway. Not too shabby, if you ask me.
Not too shabby at all. It was a very good routine.
It looked a lot like something that Tice would do.
Tice. Yeah, Tice. But
moving on.
So, dear friends watching this video,
we went straight to the bottom 6 after that.
Yes.
And now, remember, last week we said, sure enough, they're going to throw us a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't expecting 3.
Yeah, we got 3 lovely curveballs thrown our way.
At our heads.
At our
heads.
Okay, if you remember from last week, Paula and I, we gave our selections of who we thought might end up in the bottom 6. Wow! The people at So You Think You Could Dance had something else in mind.
Completely.
Something totally different.
Now, 2 of them we saw coming. Brooklyn Search. We knew that.
We knew Brooklyn Search would be at the bottom 6, but we also kind of expected Jordan to be at the bottom.
Well, we expected at least one of the ballerina girls
to
be in the bottom because it was just the routine itself just was not strong enough. So we were just like, it's gonna be one or the other. That we saw.
But we did not see Casey ending up in the bottom, Nick ending up in the bottom, and we definitely didn't catch Melena ending up in the bottom 6.
How'd that happen?
What?
Good.
Yeah.
So we were shocked, and yet we went into the rest of the show, watching all the couples get paired off with new people, and getting picked to do dances outside of their own elements for the most part.
Right. Okay, starting things off for the couples, we had Tanisha paired off with Rudy, and they did a Sonia Taya jazz routine.
And you know how Sonia likes to bring it. We love some Sonia. Sonia.
And I must say they did a great job.
It was kind of hot, a little sticky.
It was.
Not gonna lie.
It was. Burn the floor, babies, burn the floor.
However, you cannot deny, from beginning to end, Rudy was still a goofball.
Total goofball, but that's what's so great about him. It's lovable.
You gotta love him for that.
You gotta love him for that. So
All
great job on that routine. Next up, we had Ricky paired up with the tapper Valerie.
Love it! Love this pairing!
Yes, and they did a Travis Wall routine, and it was good. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna say Ricky plus Valerie plus Travis equals yes, honey. Yes, across the board. It was gorgeous.
And if Valerie listens to the judges' advice and learns to grow with Ricky,
he's really gonna bring her up big time.
Definitely, they could be a really wonderful couple. But I thoroughly enjoyed their routine. They were great, wonderful, great pairing.
Okay, continuing.
Next up, we had Emilio paired off with Bridget.
Yeah.
And they did a hip-hop routine choreographed by none other than Luther.
Now, we love Luther, and he always brings it.
Yep.
But in this particular one, Bridget she wasn't hitting the way that it needs to be. And y'all know what I mean. There's, doing your hits in the thing, and then there's hitting. When you're doing hip hop, especially with somebody like Luther or Christopher Scott or Dave Scott, you've got to do your hits. It's got to come hard. And she came very, very soft, rather languid in certain places. So you can't do that.
Exactly.
So it took away some of the meat.
Yeah, and she really needed the attitude for this to match Emilio. She had to come up.
She needed some of his swag.
Exactly.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
That's what needed to happen.
So
moving on.
It was moving on. Next up, we have Nick and Jessica, and they did a West Coast swing routine choreographed by Benji Schwimmer.
Benji!
Awesome, Benji Schwimmer.
We love Benji Schwimmer, and the man is absolutely fierce.
Now, West Coast swing
is rough.
Yeah, children, and they kind of proved it tonight.
You know, this is one of those that does not get performed very often, and we can see why. That's up there with the jive and the quick step, honey. It's not easy.
West Coast swing, it is snap, crackle, pop. You know, you gotta bring it, and you gotta bring the sexy, you gotta bring the movement and the attitude.
And there wasn't a lot of chemistry between the two of them. It seemed they were more focused on getting chemistry with the audience than with each other.
And also
which
there
is
was
a factor.
a bit of caution on Jessica's part because she did injure her shoulder.
I believe she dislocated the shoulder.
Yeah.
But it came right back in. So she just popped it right back in. It's fine.
Yeah, but you could still see her trying
being very hesitant to make sure that it stayed okay, which is completely viable. I mean, she's got to be in there for the long haul. Makes complete sense. But it came off as tentative, and you know, it just didn't seem to fit them very well. But they're still trying each other out.
Yeah. So it's the first week, and next up we have Serge and Carly, who took on another Sonia Taya routine. Sonia, and they did well.
They did very well.
They did well.
Very, very well.
Very, very well. And yeah, you know, Sonia, like the judges says, has this thing to bring out the best in all of her dancers, and
she proved it.
It's very, very hard to mess up a Sonia Taya routine
because she won't let you.
Yeah.
She'll burn your insides out if you do.
Yes. On stage in front of a live studio audience.
She'll just kill you with her brain. I swear. That's what's going to happen.
Moving on to the next couple, we have Teddy and Emily. You know, for a while, I was like, I forgot.
Who's Emily?
Who's Emily? I was just like, what did she do so quickly?
I do not remember what she did last week.
She did
the thing with Casey, the Travis Wall. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah. But anyway, they had a hip hop routine choreographed by David Scott, and this routine.
This we're remembering. This we remember.
Yeah, because they brought it.
Oh,
attitude, swag, all that.
The hits were there. Miss Emily did her thing. Congrats to you.
Very good. It was an awesome, great.
And Teddy was totally in his element. Teddy was
fun.
totally in his element. It worked for him. You know.
And it was nice to see it work for her.
Mr. Bowie face.
Yeah. It was nice to see it work for her as well.
Yes. That was a standout performance. And it was something that was desperately needed. Otherwise, she could have been lost in the shuffle very, very quickly.
Yeah. We had Stanley, who was paired up with Milena this week, and they did a Broadway routine choreographed by Spencer Lift. Oh gosh, children.
Now, mind you, it had nothing to do with their technique, not at all.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with...
They executed the routine.
Gorgeously.
They executed it just fine.
The problem was, it was just a little too focused on the phones in their hands and not with the partner that was opposite them.
Yeah.
That's it.
But my heart went out to them because let me tell you, Nigel and Mary didn't spare them one bit. They went in.
They put them through the ringer.
They went in, and I was just like, oh gosh, this is so not good.
It was awkward and it hurt to watch them go through that. Yikes.
Absolutely. And then moving on, we had Marquette, who was paired up with Jordan. And they did a Sean Cheeseman routine. And this was a little bit, the energy was a little bit more up, you know. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was clearly out of Jordan's element. And Marquette, usually he just shines.
Yeah.
But this particular number didn't quite do anything for either of them, and they didn't have the right amount of chemistry. Chemistry is very important, but again, everybody's got brand new partners, so they're trying them out.
Right.
Not everybody gets it right.
Exactly.
However, on the opposite side of that coin, we have Casey and Brooklyn doing the Argentine tango.
Hello!
That is how partner chemistry is done, kids.
It was fierce and
Flawless.
beautiful. Oh my gosh. And sexy.
Hello.
Sexy.
Scorch marks on the floor. You saw, I saw. Let's be real.
Yes, it was amazing. Beautiful, beautiful. And normally, dancers usually have a hard time doing the Argentine tango, but they handled
Yes.
it beautifully.
Flicks.
Oh!
Flicks. They were stunning.
They were stunning.
They were stunning. Hers and his. This is not Casey's element. Period.
No.
And he matched her foot for foot.
foot.
There was not one moment that I thought that foot was out of place anywhere. No way. And it was gorgeous, very upright, very formal, and yet seething with just that heat.
It was
that
control. They maintained their control.
Heat, yes.
And it was just, it carried them through the whole routine. Absolutely beautiful.
The way they carried each other just across the floor, stunning. It was
Lovely.
gorgeous.
Lovely.
So happy.
Yum.
Okay.
And then
Rounding out the tonight's performances.
we had Zach and Jackie.
Yeah, the
do an-
ballerina. Mhm.
Yes, do an African jazz routine choreographed by Sean Cheeseman. And yeah, they went to the Jungle Children.
They took us there.
They went to the Jungle Children and
Dressed like some parrots. You didn't even realize what was happening until all of a sudden you saw that they were actually part of the camouflage in the back of the set.
And can I say Zach? Oh my goodness, Zach!
Okay.
A tapper doing a full-on African jazz routine. Zach!
What?
Wow.
It was excellent.
Beautiful.
Jackie was she had that strength and she brought that strength. She
Yeah.
got down and dirty with
Yeah.
it, and it needed maybe just a little bit more abandon
Yeah.
in their moves. Some of it was still a little too upright and too proper.
Right. It was-
But that's to be expected from their
Their
natural
disciplines, yeah.
places. He's tap, she's ballet, and there's certain places where you are. And
But
they
wait.
had to, in a way, throw all of that out the window for African jazz. But they did amazing.
And they had their moments where they threw in that primal element to it that gave it that little bit more,
A little bit more flavor, just a little bit
just
more.
a little bit more flavor.
So yeah, I had my doubts at first because I was just like, African jazz, they are really, really, really white.
How are they
But
gonna handle this? But
we'll see. So, and they pulled
They
it off.
did
They
it.
pulled it off.
they did the darn
beautifully.
thing. They did
They
the
pulled
darn
it off
thing.
beautifully. I was very impressed.
And then rounding out the evening of dance, we had the one of the dance crews come on and
That's
close
right.
out the show. The
Syncopated Ladies.
and they did a really great tap routine.
Gorgeous, gorgeous tap routine, perfectly in sync. I bow to their skill.
Very
bow to the
Awesome.
skill.
Now it's time to make the decision and send the first two contestants home.
Now they always say that the first cut is the deepest, but I mean really.
This one, this was like a punch to the gut. I was not expecting it. I know you guys at home were not expecting it.
Children, we were warm. Warm, I tell you.
Let's start with the ladies. The ladies, okay? They started with Brooklyn. They gave her compliments, you know. That's good. You know, you keep it up. You'll grow. You'll get
Yeah.
better. Just remember, step back. Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
you know, gave her a little spiel to, you know, keep it up. You know, keep up the hard work. You did great. Step back. Milena, you're
going-
such a sexy dancer. You're going home.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
It was kind of a slap. It was just like, hello.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were not prepared for that. Like
Wow.
at all. I was shocked she was even in the bottom six, but okay. Okay.
But you know what? I think I could live with them picking Milena.
They brought Nigel brought up the whole thing about her being so beautiful that it kind of carried her over through the callbacks, etc., and so on. And I can kind of see that. I can
Yeah.
kind of see that.
Yeah.
But the girl, it's not like the girl isn't absolutely stunning in what she does.
Right.
She is.
Mhm.
But they all are, so that's
They
what
all
makes this really, really hard.
Yes, but
But to see Elena go home, I still think that that's not quite fair. Not quite right.
right.
The men, however,
Oh,
do
hold
you
on.
want to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we talk, please?
You have the floor.
Can we talk?
Go ahead.
All right. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
the thought that the bottom three guys
Mm-hmm.
would be Serge,
Well, that-
Casey, and Nick, I was already heated. I was just like, there's something wrong here.
We were given the TV side eye for a solid minute.
Yeah.
We were just kind of like, excuse me.
Excuse me? Pardon you?
Yeah.
What? But we go on, right? So they pull this little trick. They start with Casey, you know, and how well he performed last week and how
well he
amazing
did
he was
tonight,
this week.
yes.
Yep, you know. Step back. Then they go over to Nick. Nick, you were amazing. You had great footwork. You
Last
were
week.
awesome.
Mhm.
You know, this week you ran into a little trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just step back. Surge. And I'm saying to myself in my head, I
Here
was
it
just like,
comes.
okay,
Here it comes.
they pulled him out last. They're gonna tell him, Surge, you're going home this week.
Mm-mm.
Surge, step back. Nick, step forward. Nick's going home.
This was our faces for at least 2 minutes. No joke. This was us. How do you?
Nick! Nick!
Seriously?
Nick!
She's much more upset about this than I
I'm
am, but
upset.
go
I'm
ahead,
upset.
go ahead.
I'm upset about this.
She's very
because
hot about this. She's
this
very
is-
heated.
People.
Mm-hmm.
There's something in my heart I want to say, but I know that Lord Jesus is sitting on my heart and on my shoulders, because we all know who should have gone home.
Okay, let me
Right.
just say this right about now, brother. You need to go and thank Sonia Taya because she was your Lord and Savior tonight.
You better be her slave for
Woo!
however long you remain on that show. Kiss her feet, clean her house.
Go clean, go
Her
clean,
car?
go clean.
You do whatever this woman tells you, because you know what? She saved you.
She
Saved
saved you
you
tonight.
like nobody's business. I don't care what nobody says, but I know this isn't going to be the last time you end up in the bottom six, because we're going to get to that in a bit, our selection for bottom six. But Tanya is not happy, y'all. Tanya is not happy. Woo! My feelings are hurt. And
Be ugly.
moving on. So
Be ugly. All right,
now
so
that that's over and done with, I guess we could talk about who will be in the bottom six next week.
okay, but we're gonna be
Based on-
wrong.
Well, let's give it a shot.
Let's
give it a
try
shot.
it
I mean,
anyway.
based on the performances that we saw this week, I can honestly say, and it pains me to say this, I have a feeling that Stanley is going to end up in the bottom. We might see Marquette. in the
Possibly,
bottom.
yes.
And
What do you think, Amelia?
I'm going to say Rudy.
Now, see, in that one, I kind of disagree. I mean, Stanley and Marquette might end up in there, and I hate the idea of either one of them being in the bottom. But the performances tonight were not the greatest. I will give credit for that.
Right.
I think with the performances that happened tonight, Emilio could end up also in the bottom six because the performance itself, the routine itself was not the greatest. And it wasn't specifically him, it was just the combination of him and Bridget. Bridget, yes, together, and she didn't have enough of you in her to come up and pull this off with you. So that might have dragged Emilio down a bit.
Right.
That's a possibility.
So we got the guys out of the way, and I'd say for the girls, this week I will say Bridget will definitely be one of the bottom girls.
Possibly Jordan.
Possibly Jordan.
Yeah.
Also played Jordan.
And who else? Was not on the list. Not Valerie.
Valerie was a big surprise this week.
But she got Ricky. That's just about the best partner.
I
to
will
bring
say
up
that,
right
you know, Jessica will be at risk.
now. Okay.
Jessica will be at risk next week.
But
You
hey, what do we know? They're gonna throw us under the bus next week too, probably.
Yep.
Who knows?
But if I had to pick from those 6 which guy and which girl is going
Mhm.
home, my pick for the 2 going home next week, I could very well be wrong, or you might just even disagree with me. I am gonna go for Rudy. I'm gonna say Rudy,
Ooh.
and I know I'm wrong.
Oh,
You know
no.
what? They
No, no.
already. I'm gonna say Rudy, and I'm gonna say Jessica for the girls.
I gotta be honest, I don't have any picks for this one because this one's a rough one, man. This is rough. This is okay. So yes, Stanley and Marquette are probably gonna end up in the bottom, and that's gonna hurt a lot. But let me see who else. Casey, fantastic. Emilio, possibly. Gosh, who else? Ricky. Please.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
We're just gonna say it right now.
Yeah.
Ricky, we'll see you in the finals.
Period.
And we're done.
Good.
Thank you. We're done. Basically, he would have to break both his legs
Mhm.
and then not perform to end up getting kicked out. There's no other way.
So your picks.
Okay, so Stanley Marquette. Oh, I hate even saying that. And who did they kind of nitpick? Maybe Teddy.
Okay.
It is possible. It is possible for it to be Emilio or Teddy. It could be either one. The girls, it's a crapshoot. There's no telling. There is absolutely no telling. We were completely thrown by the elimination tonight, so we might be thinking better in the morning. Who
Yes,
knows?
this could change.
This could totally change.
This could totally change. But either way, guys, you know, overall, I thought the show went well.
The show went well. It was
Show
it
went
was a
well.
great show. It had the suspense that it needed.
And the surprises, dear God. But
Oh, dear. And by the way, Miss Misty Copeland, please come back every week.
yes.
Every week.
Can't you just make her
Yes.
like a judge, like a permanent judge?
And be
this
done with
season?
that, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I loved her critique and her criticism that she gave to the dancers. They were helpful, and they were also she was also very supportive, and you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid using the word on point because I mean, hi.
Hey,
Yeah.
Misty Copeland.
So, but she was on it. She was on it from each individual to each genre, right on down the line. It's just
Yeah.
like, yes, everything she just said. Please do that.
All right, guys. So here's the thing before we wrap it up and head home. If you do not want any surprises come next week, or
You gotta vote.
please vote. Please, please, please vote for your favorite dancers so that
And
you don't end up alone.
We are dying to discuss this with you, so please hit us up on Facebook at Two Black Chicks and a Bottle of Wine, SYTYCD edition, or
You could find us on Twitter and give us your comments there. Leave us your comments, your opinions, your predictions, and you could do it at Tanya_and_Paula. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
we're
Sit
gonna
back.
have some more wine. We're
yeah,
gonna have
sit back, have some wine, beer, whatever it is you choose to do. Eat chocolate, ice cream, whatever it is. Breathe and breathe, let it go. Next week's a new week, and we will see you then.
We will see you then with a brand new bottle of wine too.
Yes,
All right. Until then, this is Tanya,
this is Paula.
and we have been
Two Black Chicks
and a bottle of wine. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Woo, girl.